There's a serious problem happening in our country, and it's not talked about, it's not discussed. You never hear about it. No matter where you turn, no matter where you look, it's never talked about it. Okay? And the problem is, and I'm going to explain to you, people who are starving, people who are homeless, people who sometimes go through these great, great tragedies in their life, such as cancer, major health problems, or something that happened to them in some way, shape, or form that devastated their life, health wise, financial wise. Okay. This is what the problem is. Okay. All these like billionaires and multimillionaires and all these successful people, typically when they give money, they do charitable donations. They do it to what's called 501c charities because they're getting tax deductions. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not saying to you that what they're doing is not kind-hearted and not good, but there's something in it for them. There's an incentive. Do you understand? There's an incentive. They get a tax deduction, okay? So the thing is, there's no incentive for them to give money to someone who's homeless on the street. Like, in other words, if they would give that person $100, there's nothing in it for them. There's no tax deduction. There's no benefit. Absolutely nothing. No benefit except that they're being kind-hearted. And there are very, very good, kind-hearted people in this world. But I would say the majority are probably not. I hate to say it, God forgive me. The majority of people are not kind-hearted. That's terrible. That's terrible. It seems like everybody only wants to do something good in this world, if you even call it good, if there's something in it for them. Like, there's got to be some kind of a benefit. You know what I mean? Why can't you just do something from the goodness of your heart? Like, you take someone like Elon Musk, example, who's worth $500 billion, right? At his peak. You know what's crazy? I'll give you like an example, right? Elon Musk could take, which is nothing to him, nothing, $10 billion. Like, so now he's got 490 billion, right? I'm just giving you an example. He could take $10 billion and let's just say he put it in some form of an account just to make the math easy, that had interest of 10% a year. Okay. Which means that $1 billion a year would be coming in. He doesn't actually have to lose any of his principal. He doesn't have to lose not one single dollar. In other words, his $10 billion would be secure. But the interest that it would, I'm just giving you an example. All of this is just alleged. None of this is real. This is entertainment purposes only, just, for conversation I'm having between me and you. He could take $1 billion a year and like literally just hand it out to people on the street. Forget about five. Now, again, I'm not trying to take away, because I know some wise guy in this comment is gonna say, so you say that people should not donate to 501cs. I am not saying that. There are certainly a lot of beautiful, beautiful causes out there that are 501cs. And I am not taking that away from them, okay? But I'm saying, what about the people who are not 501cs? What about the homeless people? What about people starving, who have no food, who have nowhere to go, who have nowhere to live, who are freezing? Don't you understand what I'm trying to say? There's no incentive to help these people. There's no incentive. And as I was getting back to my point, you take out like Elon Musk, he could take $10 billion. Let's say it's some kind of a bond or something, whatever, is a fixed rate bond. I'm just throwing 10% out as an example. It could be 5%, it could be 4%. Let's just take 10% to make the math easy. So in other words, he's not even touching his principal. He's not even touching his principal. His life's not changing. So instead of him now having 500 billion, he's got 490 billion, right? Okay. So the $10 billion is earning an interest 10% a year, $1 billion a year. Why not take that money and just give it to people who are homeless? Give it to people, families who are dealing with like very serious illnesses like stage 4 cancer, families that have been devastated, families that have been like hurt with health, severe health problems, severe financial problems. But see, that doesn't seem to happen. Yeah, there are causes out there. You read about them where, oh, you have cancer, we'll help. They have so many criterias that you have to meet. It almost becomes impossible. Like I was reading about some of them the other day. They're like, you have to be under 40. Okay. You have to have treatment for the last 6 months. Like, so I'll make you laugh. Like you want to hear like a funny story. So what happens if the person's terminal? I'll just give you an example. And they don't take treatments anymore simply because no more treatments work. You follow what I'm saying? That's it. And they choose to live out their life because no more treatments will work. That's it. The doctors say there's nothing we could do. This is terminal. Unfortunately, there's nothing more we could do for you. So now all of these people would not even qualify for all of these companies out there that offer whatever vacations for families or, whatever it is, financial assistance to these families. Because it's all these and another thing is that by the time they process this stuff, they had board of directors that have to look over it. They have so many applications, they probably won't even get to your application. By the time they get to the application, the person who probably has terminal cancer will probably pass away. By the time all the red tape they got to go through, it's insane. So I'm just saying that there's a major problem happening right now in our country, which is that there is unfortunately no incentive to help people who are going through world hunger, people who are going through, they're homeless, starving, freezing. And we have to figure out a way. I would like to say the way would be that everybody just helps each other in this world. That would be a nice way, right? Like when you are in a good position in your life, you help out. Like for instance, my wife. If you read the description of this video, my wife is going through stage 4 breast cancer. It's a very, 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 very sad situation. 46 years old, mother of our 2 beautiful children. Okay? Read the description of the video. Now, I would like to say, well, people have good hearts and they would want to help. But then is that really the case? Because look at everybody who's homeless in this world. Look at everybody who's starving in this world. These are not 501c charitable organizations. These are just people that are going through an extremely difficult time. What are we going to do to help these people? What do you suggest?